Hey everybody, so as a Division I athlete going into the summer training cycle, I am going into a new set of full shoes for this rotation. I'm going to walk through them and my old shoes and just talk about why I transferred from this brand to this shoe and whatnot. And so, yeah, let's get into it. First things first is my current trainer that I used for this last track season where I ran 149 and won the Summit League Championship is the New Balance 880. I will no longer be using these. They were a good shoe, but I just don't think they were the right move for my foot, as I did have to get some orthopedic inserts in them to kind of get them to the end of the season. And I'm now currently in this bad boy. So, but overall, good shoe. I'd rate it like a 6 out of 10, just maybe weren't right for my feet. So now into my summer everyday trainer is going to be the Hoka Bondi 9s. I got recommended these by a shop here in Sioux Falls called 605 Running. Supposed to be a wider base to help with that pronation and supination that I typically have as a runner, and just a little bit more support and stack height to help with all those miles I'll be putting on over the summer. So super excited to try these. I'll probably drop another video near the end of the summer rating this rotation and how I enjoyed it. So the next shoe in the rotation is going to be the Fuel Cell Super Comp Trainer V3. The reason why I chose this shoe to be in part of my rotation is at the same shop that I got the Hoka from. They said I use my long runs in these. It's been very helpful to just have a faster pace aerobic hit. And with the carbon plate in them, it should give me a little extra pep in the step. So I'm super excited to try these and introduce them into my current rotation for longer work and stuff like that, heading into the cross-country season. So I will also add these into the review at the end of the summer with my shoes. So the next pair of shoes that I have in my rotation are for my workout days. I typically do 1K repeats in these. These are the Nike Vaporfly 3s. I have nothing bad to say about this shoe. As you can tell, very well used. I've had them for about a year and they're holding up really, really well. I mean, look at the tread. I mean, there's a little bit on that toe, but overall, really, really well. The foam's holding up. I mean, a little bit of peeling there, but I've ran every workout in these for a year and I've still got a couple more miles in these at least. So super good shoe for workouts, super responsive, super fast. I would recommend these to any athlete trying to be a higher caliber than they are, or just trying to get some extra work in. It's like when you're doing like 10 by whatever, 200 or, 6 by K, these help take all the junk that you get in your legs, that you're not as sore the next day and etc. So a super good tool for high level athletes. So now I'm into my spike rotation as the Division I athlete. This is what I primarily use for my events, which is the 400 meter and the 800 meter. So I love the Max Fly for those two events. I know the 800 meters typically stretching it, but just that firm plate, and when it's time to go on the 8, it really allows you to make that fast, responsive move that you need in the 800 to go out and win races in the last 100 meters. And it's just good support, good everything. I love this shoe for the 800 meter. It's my favorite shoe. Next, in the off chance I'm doing anything like a 1500 meter time trial or 1K indoors or even a mile, I have the Victory Ones Nike. Good shoe. I have problems in this shoe typically with blistering just because it doesn't really keep my foot locked in there, but a lot of my teammates use this shoe even down to the 8, the 4, but I prefer a more aggressive shoe at that. They're very breakable. As you can tell, it's already kind of separating there, but solid shoe for those higher distance races that I get into, and I don't use this one very often, but it is in the rotation. On the off chance that I run a cross-country race, which is, probably maybe once or twice a year, I use the Dragonfly 1s, which is just these things right here. Good, solid, responsive spike for cross-country. I personally don't use them in track because I prefer a more aggressive spike, but this is a solid, if you're transitioning from a distance to a middle distance type of situation, this would be a solid spike for that. And I haven't raced in these a lot, but the times I have, they've definitely been a solid spike to use, and I'm enjoying them. So, and then last but not least, arguably the most important part of any runner, shoe rotation is the recovery slides. I use the UFO slides. I love these things. I walk around in them every day. They help take all the stress off my feet. They feel better sometimes than just an old pair of trainers that I no longer use. In fact, when I was having an issue with my foot, these were one of the only slides and the only shoes I didn't have pain walking in. So love these things to death. I wear them. I'm definitely gonna get another pair when these things are done. So yeah. With everything said and done, this is the final shoe rotation, guys. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I know this was a longer video, but I wanted to share what I typically use across my training cycle and what I'm excited to use for this next training cycle. Thank you guys so much for watching. FastLlama out.